One of the most popular books ever written on leadership is by John Maxwell. I have some certifications with his organization. I'm a certified John Maxwell coach. He's written, I think, over 80 books on leadership. He's probably the number one leadership author in the world. But his book, The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership, is probably one of the best-selling leadership books ever written. 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership by John Maxwell. Anybody who wants to be a leader should have that book on their shelf. And he contends that there's laws of leadership, just like there's laws of nature and gravity and, laws of force. And, he thinks there's laws of actual leadership. He believes there are. And the number one law of leadership that he has in the first chapter of his book is called, and it's my favorite law of the 21, it's called the law of the lid, L-I-D, the lid. You think of a lid on top of a saucer or something, right? He contends, and I believe, that the success of an organization will never surpass the level of its leadership. The leadership acts as a lid on how far the success can go, right? So if you want to increase the level of success in your organization, I don't care if you're a company, I don't care if you're an educational institution or a girls' volleyball team, right? If you want to increase your effectiveness or your results, you want to get better, you better be intentional about increasing the level of your leadership. You can't have a level 9 or 10 success without having a level 9 or 10 leadership. Okay. So I think that law of the lid is really important. And
That's excellent. But I mean, that's a limiting factor for a lot of athletes, right? They're good at what they do. They're, in their position or their position group, they're like looked upon as like, hey, this guy's really good at what he does. But, outside of his position group or, whatever, he may not have any clout at all because he doesn't act as a leader. He just is a good player. And there's a huge difference for sure.
huge difference. Absolutely. Do you want to get into what athletes can do specifically, Chris, to be better leaders?
Yes, that would be excellent. I know that now I know that your book goes over the 4 C's, correct?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Let's get into that. Let's get into
Let's
that.
get
I
into
think
the
that's a
4 C's.
really good
Okay.
thing for people to hear. And again, we're specifically talking about, high school quarterbacks or any sort of person, but this is very transferable to if you want to be a leader at your job, at your workplace, within your community. Like I feel like I've known Eric for a really long time. These are all very transferable things, and that's one of the reasons I wanted to have him on the podcast was because not only does it speak to all the different athletes out there that are trying to make their journey happen, but it's going to transfer into with the athletes when they become parts of our society that are not just athletics, but they're business owners or they're business workers or employees or whatever. That's what I think it's really cool is because I think a lot of people it's the same thing in business, right? You have a business and you're good at what you do, whether you're a roofer or a mechanic or whatever, but doesn't make you a good leader. And so I think these are transferable traits. And that's one of the reasons I thought this would be really valuable for the audience.
Percent.